We begin with breaking news in Orange County. A brush fire that started in Trabuco Canyon yesterday exploded overnight, growing to at least 9,000 acres.
Gigi Graciet is live in Trabuco Canyon with the latest on the airport fire. Gigi.
Well, we just received an update. The airport fire has now grown to about 9,000 acres, and the evacuation order for neighborhoods like this one, Robinson Ranch, does remain in effect. Let me give you the news, though, because the concern right now is shifting from this area of Trabuco Canyon over the other side of that hill that you're looking at, and that is where Ortega Highway is. And that is where firefighters are going to be focusing their efforts, because they tell me the fire is burning south and east, and Ortega Highway will be the next area that's impacted. So the firefighting resources are going to be in that community. Meanwhile, here in Trabuco Canyon, you can still see and smell, of course, that heavy smoke and the fire because it burnt here all night long. Let's go to some video. We're on Stone Tower Lane this morning, not far from Bellevue Trailhead, and it was here that firefighters from all around Orange County, we saw Laguna Niguel, Mission Viejo, and Santa Ana staged up and down the street for structure protection. Even though there was a mandatory evacuation order in effect, not everyone left their homes as that fire continued to burn. Now, evacuation orders that are still in effect, but you'll want to stay tuned to news to Orange County Fire Authority, because this could change and other areas could be added. But as of right now, the evacuation orders remain in effect for Robinson Ranch, Trabuco Highlands, and the Trabuco Highland apartment complex. As for how the fire started, well, apparently, say officials, it was a public works crew and their equipment.
The time to protect yourselves is now, not when you get an emergency absolute order to evacuate, because then you put yourself, your loved ones, your neighbors, the men and women that are working to fight this fire, all of them at risk.
And take a look at this time lapse of Santiago Peak yesterday. This was a major point of concern because Santiago Peak, the highest peak in the OC, is also home to multiple law enforcement, county, television, and radio antenna towers. I want to bring it back here live to Robinson Ranch. Joining me now, Captain Paul Holloway with the Orange County Fire Authority. Paul, I was relaying the information about Ortega Highway. That is a major point of concern today.
Yeah, the Ortega Highway is our next main concern as the fire burns to the south and the east. There are neighborhoods and communities down off the Ortega that could be impacted by this fire. Our crews are working hard both by air and ground to keep the fire out of that area, but with the topography and the weather, that is the direction the fire is moving.
And right now, the mandatory evacuation orders you do have in effect, including right here, this neighborhood, Robinson Ranch, are still in effect.
That's correct. All the evacuation orders are still in effect. If you go to ocsheriff.gov/airport fire, you can get the latest update on that. If you live in communities to the south of the current fire, keep an eye on that, because they will be updating those, and you are the next in line if the fire continues to spread.
I understand you're bringing in additional resources. I think we heard there were about 1,000 firefighters on the front lines, the nighttime shift, the daytime shift. You've asked for help.
Yeah, we've asked for help and resources, and they're on their way. The state's on drawdown. There's multiple major fires in the region, but with the mutual aid system that we have in the state, we'll get the resources. They just may be coming from a little further away, but at this point, we're getting all the resources we've asked for. They are coming a little slower, so the crews that worked last night, they're working double shift. They're going to be, same crews will be out today working, and then as those new resources come in, we'll be putting them on the line to continue the efforts and relieve the guys that have been out here.
All right, I know you're busy. I'm going to let you go. I just want to reiterate one more time, the new area of concern today is Ortega Highway and all the communities up and down the 74.
That's correct. That is the direction the fire is moving, towards the Ortega Highway. And like I said, keep an eye on the sheriff's website for evacuation orders and warnings as the fire starts to move that direction. But we do have resources, and our priority one is to stop the spread to the south.
All right, Captain Paul Holliday, thank you very much. Orange County Fire Authority bringing in additional firefighters to work on this fire, which has now grown to about 9,000 acres. Reporting live in Trabuco Canyon, I'm Gigi Graciet. Back to you.
Gigi, thank you. Appreciate the update there.